If you ever go on Twitter and click on the replies to any top fighting game players' posts, it's not uncommon you'll see something like this. Big Bird, do you keep crying because the drugs you take affect the hormones, or are you generally just a bitch? I don't compete professionally, but I would cook Big Bird fraud ass any day of the week. And this got me thinking, could Box Eater 23 actually defeat Big Bird? So we don't know how strong this guy is, but let's take the average intermediate advanced player. Imagine you've been playing Street Fighter 6 every day for around an hour each day since the game came out, 800 hours, which on average would put you around 1700 MR. But let's compare that to someone like Big Bird. So top players have an MR around 2300, 2200. Lashar, for example, who just won the last major, almost at 2300, and I'm sure if he really wanted to, he could push to 2400. Which doesn't seem like that big of a difference. It's only 600 points. But since this ball was like an ELO-like system, this is a 600, so let's just say 600 MR difference, which gives Big Bird a 97% chance of beating Box Eater 23. But it's actually a lot worse than this, because this is just one game, and Street Fighter sets are often 2 out of 3, 3 out of 5, especially if it's like some type of money match. So let's say they play a first to 3 set, which is usually like what winners finals or like competitive sets are. 2300, 1700, first to reach 3. Big Bird probability of winning is 99.99%. But the numbers I don't think tell the whole story. It looks like we're not going to see Box Eater fight Big Bird, because after this he just ducks, right? There's no challenge, there's no reply. So we need to conceptualize this in a different way. And I think 2 different ways. One, we can like analyze a replay of someone 1600 and someone really high ranked and show you guys the physical differences. But I think we should take a look at some of the top plays these players have been making that no lower level player could make to really emphasize the difference. Can I calculate who got that dog in them? Yeah, no one that's 1700 MR has the dog in them. First example, this is Alagawa, who is probably the best Manon in the world right now. And just some of the shit this guy does actually blows my mind. First of all, this hit confirm, crazy. Most Manons would do stand medium punch and counter hit confirm, but you don't get a medal. Or they would do stand medium punch, drive rush because you have enough bar, but then you're depleting your resources. Alagawa, being super optimal, goes straight into spin because they reacted that this was going to hit because they saw the charge up of the back heavy punch. Crouch heavy punch anti-air, they match that gap. Alagawa, recognizing that Kobeon couldn't really get any damage because there's a double late star drive rush, is going to go for a reset, mash backdash, probably the most optimal thing to do. Goes for dash forward command grab. Most people here would probably do something like stand heavy kick into like a drive rush combo. It doesn't even kill, but it's because Alagawa knows this is guaranteed chip. Zangief literally can't do anything there. Oh no, I saw this shit. This shit is crazy, bro. I want you guys to look at this and tell me why this combo, this sequence is so impressive. So this is actually a replay takeover that someone did of Kakeru. Kakeru is the Capcom Cup champ, the $1 million winner. This is what he should have done in the sequence. You know, typical JP combo. Go into level 2, get some extended corner carry. He does this weird frame kill. What is that? And then gets the kill. Which is weird because like he didn't have to do that. You could have just like hit him normally. Optimize the damage here. Very unemployable combo. That's not the crazy part though. Chat, do you guys know why he did this combo? Why did he do a double side switch? It's because the only way Guile can actually beat DI is with his invincible level 1 super. His invincible level 1 super is charge, which means that if you side swap right before he's getting up, he doesn't have enough time to charge his super, and that DI is guaranteed. Once he got hit right here, he's dead. Almost to 0 to death. So this is a crazy play from CEO. Kills you, does the optimal thing here. Level 1 to burn him out. Does DI because he could tank the super, figure he's gonna win the round anyways, right? Makes a bad guess on the meaty, thinking that Blaz wasn't gonna press, he pressed. Now has to play this game. Slowly walk him down, scared of the DI, shoots the DI here. This doesn't look that impressive. Perfect parry DI, people do that all the time. But the fact that he literally risked his whole life to do this, because he's still in burnout, if he doesn't press this at the exact frame, or he was still in burnout recovery, he would have literally died.
The perfect parry against the DI.
If he blocks, there's a chance he could still get stunned. So he doesn't want to block it. We could do something like super, but it's obviously like you have to buffer super. If you're burnt out and you press parry, you actually get a medium kick. If he was just off by a little bit, you literally die. So Blaz sniping out the exact moment this is gonna hit by literally just a couple of frames was able to get this victory. Sometimes top players are just extra, like for absolutely no reason. And this is an example, right? So this is Lashar, the eventual winner of CEO. Parries just to avoid like the left right, DPs because that is plus, and you know, especially if you're in the corner, you're likely to press something, right? Crouch medium into super. Absolutely no reason for anyone to do this. Yeah, actually, wait. I understand exactly why I did this. So at first when I saw this, I'm like, why would you ever do level 2? A basic 1800, 1900 player knows that you can just do the most basic combo ever. It's gonna kill. And the main advantage of this is that if you screw up, you're just plus. If you screw up this, you're just dead. So the question is, why would Lashar just flex like this? My theory is he was worried about something like this, which is pretty funny. So in order to hedge against this, Lashar did level 2 super instead. Was it unnecessary? It's very hard to judge in the moment regardless, but the fact that Lashar hit confirmed it. Now keep in mind, like a lot of people will autopilot these like crouch jab, crouch medium strings. And if you see the startup of the crouch medium happen, it's a lot easier to kind of like hit confirm the super. These guys are too good, bro. The last thing I want to do is, in order to drive home like just how good top players are, I want to take a look at a typical 1600, 1700 MR match and compare it to like a tournament level top player match, right? Let's just take a random game at 1600 MR, and all I want to do is like count the mistakes that people make. We'll try to find like the same matchup. The last game of CEO was Terry versus Akuma, right? And so what would I call a misplay? Like I wouldn't call it guessing wrong. Like obviously top players are better at guessing, but stuff like whiff normals or miss whiff punishes or combo drops or choosing the wrong combo or meter mismanagement or failed reactions, stuff like that, I would call a misplay. All right, how do I call this one? Not doing something that's hit confirmable here. We could do like a crouch medium, for example, or even just not hit confirming the target combo. Weird backdash here, just because like you're +5, you should take your turn. No parry on fireball, no parry on fireball. No combo here. Yeah, again, Terry can get full combo with stand leg kick. So we're at 5 mistakes. No anti-air on the flip. Couple miss whiffs. All right, good combo. Not going for Oki's kind of weird, and you get the whiff punch, right? But overall, this is still pretty strong play. Like these guys are doing a lot of right things. They're parrying the fireballs. They're not whiffing like anything egregious in neutral. They're confirming their combos. They're doing Oki. Miss DP, miss punch on the DP. Back there in the corner is good. Stand heavy kick for no reason whatsoever. This was a mistake because he could have just kept blocking through the parry, decided not to keep blocking through the parry for some reason. Again, we can really break this down, right? He should have went into something that leads into a knockdown instead of a fireball, right? Good punch, but you could have went into super and probably killed. You could have went into driver super and killed. Cornered yourself for no reason. No block in the overhead. Could have went for chip. All right, you get the idea. I don't think you understand 1600 MR. These are the 1% of players, keep in mind. These guys are still better than 99% of players, probably better than the Box Eater 23. And they're still making a bunch of different mistakes. Now let's contrast this with grand finals at CEO. So same exact matchup. Count the number of mistakes made. Again, we saw that Terry did not hit confirm stand medium punch. Lashar, immediate hit confirm and stand medium punch into a full combo. Whiff punch. Great read on the DP, and you kill here, right? Spends the bar to kill. There actually might have been something a little bit more optimal there. Reaction to the fireball to punish the fireball of crack shoot. Perfect parry on the fireball. Not whiffing any heavies. Not whiffing any heavies. Good guess. Drive rush. Probably caught the delay tech. Good guess on offense. Delay jab. Probably the most optimal. Couple mistake confirms. Probably tournament nerves. And a check on the drive rush. And you're dead. I think we see the difference. These guys are built different.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Back to back to back.
If you want to be a top player, you have to put in the work. You have to grind these skills out. They are learnable. There's training mode for a reason, and these guys definitely put in the work. But the difference between the top 1% and the top 0.001% is insane. I hope this video helps shed a little light on that. Like, share, subscribe if you want to see more Street Fighter. I'll catch you all in the next one.